Hey Blake, this is Cody with Globe Life American Income Life Division. I spoke to you about benefits through Sheet Metal Workers Local 49. And is Becky with you?
Yeah, she's right here.
Awesome, awesome. So, they don't like me to take up too much of your time, so we're gonna try and get this thing going. I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up for you real quick. How long you guys been together?
We've been together for 13 years, or 12 years, and married for 9.
Awesome, man. Sounds kind of like me and my wife.
Yeah, it's been a good time. It's been a good time.
So it's hunting season. Are you going hunting this year?
I am. I wanted to go out bow hunting, but I was working. But yeah, we got some places we're gonna go out this year and hopefully snag us a big one. But we'll see.
I think this year ought to be real good for hunting.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. Do you go out?
Oh, uh, well, I worked at a butcher shop for many years, and since I was always skinning deer, I never had the chance to go out and shoot any. So there's that.
All the work and none of the fun.
That's the way it goes sometimes, I'm sure you know.
Right. That's right.
So can you see my screen?
I can. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, go on here. So, like I said, uh, first I'm going to review your no cost benefits that have been set up for you, and
Okay.
secondly, I'll go over the exclusive benefits you might qualify for. Okay. Man, this screen does not. I got a huge wide monitor, so sometimes it looks like I'm not looking at you. Uh, so it's not just with Sheet Metal Workers Local 49, American Income Life works with, but over 20,000 different local labor unions, credit unions, and associations throughout the United States. And look, whether you like unions or not, the reason they have some of the best benefits is partly thanks to their relationship with American Income Life for the past 60 years. And, just so you know who you're working with, let me brag a little bit. Our agency, the VASU organization, headquartered here in Texas, has over 10,000 Google reviews with a 4.9 star rating. Okay. That's uh, on Google. That's not just more than any organization in the company, but it's also the best rating of any other organization in the company. Uh, so, the people we serve know us, they trust us and consistently say we take care of them. And that's exactly what I'm going to try and do for you today. Okay.
Cool.
So, the first no cost benefit we have is a child safe ID kit. Do you and Becky have kids?
We do. We've got 3 kids,
Three
three
kids,
boys.
man. Man, that's got to be a handful. How old are they?
7, 4, and almost 3. So 2.
Awesome, awesome. I got three kids myself, but they're a little older. The older they get, the more they are to
Yeah.
handle.
They say the more fun it gets, but
It, it just depends sometimes, It is more fun, but I got two girls, and girls and boys are completely different.
yeah.
Uh, and I'm sure you guys also know a bunch of families with kids also, but
Oh, for sure. For
so I
sure.
mean, Texas leads the country in abductions, and 93% of children that aren't found in that first 24 hours are just never found. So this
So
app
this
helps.
app.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So this app is something that we made in coordination with the International Union of Police Associations, and they set you up with a digital child safe kit for one of your kids. All three of your kids. Um, so You'll download the app, you'll set up your profile for each kid, and then you can enter their basic info like their name, height, weight, eye color, hair color, any marks like they have birthmarks, scars, uh, moles, anything that separates them from another kid. And then you'll add 4 current photos. They try to get you to do it at least once a year. And then also they will send you out a fingerprint kit so you can fingerprint your kids. Uh, and once you save it, you can even share this with your family members, babysitter, whoever. You can share this with them. Uh, and this is just important. If your child goes missing, the International Union of Police Associations, like I said, have partnered with us to get this out to families to, help protect our kids.
Cool.
I got a little video here for you.
My name is Sam Cabral, President of the International Union of Police Associations. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, over 1,000 children are abducted in the U.S. every day. The IUPA is proud to partner with American Income Life and National Income Life insurance companies to help protect children in communities all across North America with child-safe kits. Please take a few minutes to listen to your AIL and NILICO representatives. Help us protect your communities and consider the no-cost and supplemental offers available from a company dedicated to helping protect working families. Thank you.
We got.
I think there's 1,000 children a day being abducted. So the child safe kit is very important to those people with children because it identifies them. If they have any way to track down their child, this would be the way, because most people don't fingerprint or take those precautions. I mean, I had children back in the day and I didn't have any idea what their blood type was or what their DNA was. And to know that I would have that somewhere would make me feel a lot more comfortable, especially in the time of an abduction, because you're a parent, you're in shock. I mean, a lot of times they'll say, well, how tall is your child? And they'll go, that doesn't say anything. But here, this child safe kit says he was 5'2" or 3'4" or something, and how much weight and blonde hair, blue eyes, curly hair. I think that the kit itself is an identifier. And I think that's what law enforcement's looking for immediately. In short, if you don't do it, it'll be I would, I should, I could. It doesn't work anymore. Protect your child. In today's environment, I say protect your child. Well, then this safe kit helps tremendously.
Now, like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time. The app's pretty simple. I'll show you a QR code. You can take a screenshot of that. And then you'll go into the app and fill out the information and just use this to activate your app. And then, did you get a screenshot of that, Blake?
I'm working on it.
Awesome.
Yes, I got it.
Awesome. And then this is the physical kit that we'll have sent out to you. So this will come with the fingerprint kit, then also a card that you can fill out.
Cool.
So this will be really good. And you said you knew other people you thought could use this. Who comes to mind?
I don't really feel comfortable giving out their information. I have to talk to them first before I give out their information.
Yes, sir. I completely understand that. So the next no cost benefit.
Yeah, pause. All right. So really good. What I need you to do is bring it more to life. I need you to paint a picture, right? So when you're talking about the child safe kit, I like that you show the videos because the videos will always explain it better than you ever will, just because they invented it, right? But what you want to do is you want to paint a picture with them. Okay. So like, hey, Cody, like I want you to imagine something with me. Okay. Let's say that you and Mason, y'all went to Walmart, right? And y'all are getting new back to school clothes, we're getting excited, school's coming back in session. And you're walking up and down the aisles trying to figure out what works best for Mason, what looks best on him. You want him to look his absolute best, right? And let's say you find like this really cool shirt, and you're like, oh, Mason, you turn around and Mason's gone. Like, right? Like he's gone. What happened to him? You don't know. Maybe somebody picked him up. Maybe he's at the counter. You don't know. Right. And so you can see how this app, right? All you have to do is click a button. And now not only is it cross planes looking for Mason, but now it's the entire state of Texas. Right. Like, so you can see how this app is super beneficial in helping find your child in that first crucial 24 hours. Right. Absolutely. So you can see the benefit of this. Do you think your family could see the benefit of this? Right? You want to save your nephews, nieces, your best friends' kids, right? Let's get this out to your friends and family. Like, who's the first person? You want to create like, oh man, yeah, absolutely, I can see it, right? Like, you want to make them see the value in it, right? Because if it's just like, oh yeah, you can see how this would be beneficial. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, right. And then when someone's like, well, I'd rather I want them to like, I'd rather talk to them first and get their information. And then if you're like, yeah, I understand that, they don't believe that you have the conviction to want to get their numbers, right? Like they don't feel like you believe in it enough for them to give you somebody's information. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So if somebody gives you that objection, you can be like, hey, I do totally understand that. But for me to get this out to them, it's tied with my visit with you today. Like I can't
How
what?
many times would you rebut
At
the
least three.
I have to think about it?
I would do it at least three. Okay. I have to think about it. Like we're not there yet. But I want to talk to them first, be like, hey, no, I totally understand. Like that'd be crazy, right? But do you think that 20,000 different unions would, handpick us to deliver these benefits if they didn't trust us already? And so all I need is a name and a phone number. Okay. It's kind of like how you were introduced to the Child Safe Kit online. It's just you're giving them that option, is all you're doing. Like
Well,
I'm not asking for all of their information. I just need a name and a phone number.
let's start at that part where I'm about to ask for the names, and then I'll try to zero in on
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Does
Go
that
back.
sound good? So, Blake, now that you've seen all this for the child safe kit, you think you said you knew people with families and kids
Go
that
back. Further
you
back.
thought,
Further back. Further back. You got to paint that picture because otherwise I don't care. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like if you don't make me feel some type of way, don't go that far. But if you don't make me feel some type of way, like you want them to feel why this is a
right,
good
I
product.
was just gonna get to like the first objection, and then
No, you want it before then. Because like if there's no
so
reason for
you
them to
wanna you
give you
wanna
an
preface
objection,
it, and
oh yeah. You want there to be no reason for them to give you an objection. Like you want them, if they give you an objection, it sounds stupid. Because then you can sit there and be like, is that
okay.
really what you want to have said to me? Like right now?
So basically, the
Like
problem I've been
you
having
want it to
is
sound you
I
want it to
let
sound
them get to
so
the
good.
objection first, and I don't cut it off before I get to that.
You want it to sound so good that any objection sounds stupid. Okay. So go back to so here's how this app works. And then that's when you paint the picture. Let's say you and Jet, my oldest Jet, is walking around Walmart, right? And you're doing some grocery shopping, getting some stuff, for the house. Y'all are gonna have a grill tonight, cookout, whatever. Because Jet's favorite meal is steak. Like that's just what he loves. So y'all are getting stuff for the grill tonight, and you ask Jet, hey, does this steak look good? And you turn around and he's not there. Where'd he
So
go?
Blake, so Blake, let me kind of paint a picture for you here. I mean, the idea of this app makes sense, but let me draw a picture, right? Let's say you and you told me your kids' names. What are your kids' names? Like
Jet,
Jet.
Jimmy, and Jax.
Awesome, awesome. Well, let's say that you and your three boys are out at the store, right? And you're buying stuff for Easter. You're going out, you're buying eggs. I know my kid, he loves that basket. He loves going shopping for that stuff, right?
Oh, for
And you're at
sure.
the store and they're running around, looking at stuff and they're getting into things and next thing you know, you turn around and bam, Jet's gone, right? And if your kids are anything like my kids, they think they're explorers and they'll just disappear. And let's say for whatever the horrible reason, you can't find them right away. Could have been somebody come up and took them. You have that app, you hit that button, man, and not only is your local area looking for your child, now the whole state of Texas is also looking for your kid.
Mm.
So you can see how this could be very important for families like mine and like yours to have this. So
Absolutely.
why don't you help me get this out to other people?
Say
Is that
that a
all
different
right with
way.
you?
The way you're going is good. Okay. Like the way you're going is good, but say it a different way. Don't say, why don't you help me? Say, hey, let's help your friends and family protect their kids. Okay. Who's the first person
So
you got in mind?
hey Blake, help me help your
No,
friends and
no,
family. No?
not help you because I don't know you like that. Like I don't care to help you. Okay. But hey, let's help your friends and family and let's get their kids protected. Okay. Don't help me. Help you. Like help your friends and family. Okay. Say it again.
So Blake, why don't you do the best, or why don't we get this out to your friends and family and help them protect their kids like you and I would like to protect our kids? Does that make
Okay.
sense to you?
That does make sense. Absolutely. Um, the first person that comes to mind is my older brother. His name is Barrett.
Awesome, man. That's a strong name. Got a strong name family. We all like.
Mhm.
And who else do you think comes to mind for you?
My little brother, Caleb, and then my older sister, Cal.
And Blake, if you could, after we get off this call, if you want to just make a quick phone call, let them know that I will be getting in touch with them and just kind of explain to them a little bit about what I'll be talking with them about with this kit. I'll get this kit right out to them and I'll get them signed up for it so their kids will be protected too. Okay.
Sweet. Sounds good.
Awesome. So the next no cost benefit that we have is the Legacy Will Kit. Now, this this is a free will and testament kit. And have you and Becky had a chance to establish a final will and testament?
No, we have not.
So before I jump in and review this document with me, just let me just emphasize that this is provided to you as a straightforward will kit. If you have further questions, you need any advice on this, feel free to reach out to an attorney for that advice. We provide guidance on filling out the kit, but I'm not an attorney. You understand?
Gotcha.
So I'll briefly explain uh, each of these sections here. So obviously the terms of use, you just read over that. It'll explain pretty much what I just explained to you.
Gotcha.
And then right here, so this is disclaimer and explanation. So uh, that
You already
I
did
should
the
do
disclaimer and
that.
explanation. Yeah, you go to Article 1.
Uh, okay, so this is the identification of family. Uh, So you list your marital status, your kids. If you're married, include your spouse's name, list the names and birth dates of your children. If you have no or if you had no children, or if something happened to your children, you would put that down. Uh, if you intentionally excluding someone, then you also would put that here. So if you pass away and for whatever reason you're like, well, I really don't want whoever to have this, then you would put that down. in this section. Um, and down here, Article 2, payment of debt and specific uh, requests. So your personal representative and is authorized to pay your debts, taxes, funeral costs from your estate. Okay. So
Gotcha.
you'd name specific assets, real estate, uh, jewelry, that kind of thing, and who should receive that. You can name charities to receive specific gifts, digital assets, like you got a Spotify with a million songs on it or something, whatever. Uh, if you're leaving funds for a pet caregiver, then you would list that amount. You would decide who inherits all your personal belongings. Usually your spouse would get that and then your children, but whoever you want to receive those things.
Gotcha.
And here, Article 3. So, what was Article 4? So, Article 4 here, we have, so what's left after debts and specific gifts. So by default, your spouse receives it. If not living, then your children. If you're single with no kids, then you would specify beneficiaries and percentages. If no named beneficiaries survive you, then your estate goes to your legal heirs under the state law. Article 5 names your spouse. If unable, then your children. If single, you would revise that. Uh, List powers, selling assets, paying debts, handling taxes, digital assets, waives bond requirement, allows reasonable compensation. Article 6, if you have children under 18, name a guardian or a successor, if your wife passes away also. Um, Article 7, pet caregiver. Do you have any animals like dogs,
I
cats?
do not know.
So if you had any pets, then you would just list whoever you want to care for your pets.
Okay.
Uh, You're in Article 8, you would include your wishes for burial or cremation. Have you guys thought about whether you want to be buried or cremated?
Cremation, definitely.
And then Article 9, if a minor inherits, the personal representative can create a trust or custodial account until they turn 21. Beneficiaries must survive you for at least 30 days to inherit. Um, and then at the very bottom here is where you would have to sign everything and have two witnesses present. And then you would have to sign in front of a notary public. And the witnesses cannot be named beneficiaries in the will. And also, I don't think they can be from the same household. You can
We
you
need
have
to
a
read up
check,
on that more.
huh?
We need to read up on that part more. And that way it's more natural while you're doing it.
Right, like I'm just seeing it like
Yeah.
uh, Dean said
Like
that we should like mostly skip this part because
I
it's
wouldn't skip
a lot of
it. No, don't skip
information.
it. But I would just touch on the main points. Don't I wouldn't just dive into everything. Just kind of get what like each article is about. Like the article one is uh your marital status, this is where you list your wife, spouse, whatever, whatever your marital status, all your kids, blah blah blah. Article 2 is, and then you just kind of touch on the main points, and then when you get to the witnesses, be like, hey, so this part's really important. So if you missed everything else I said, kind of hone in here. Because you need two witnesses that are not named beneficiaries in the will. Okay. And the reason they need that is because they need to attest that you signed it of good sound mind. Okay. You weren't out of your mind when you signed it. And then you didn't sign it against your will. Okay. But it's also got to be in front of a notary public. Okay. So again, this is at no cost to you. So the only price that it's going to like the only cost that it's going to cost you is going to a notary public. However much the notary public costs you, that's how much it's going to be. But other than that, this is at no cost to you. It's pretty sweet, right? Know anybody that needs a will? Do you know anyone that has not set up their will yet? Let's get this set up for them at no cost to you or them. Okay. So yeah, I would just touch on the main points. I wouldn't because if you do dive into this, now the only time I would really dive into this is if it was for a will kit. Does that make sense? Like someone requested a will kit. That's when I would really go into all like the details of it. Other than that, I would just kind of hit on like the main points and just kind of make them aware of what's available to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I would start with the beneficiary or the witnesses, and then try to get referrals.
So you need two witnesses, people that are not named beneficiaries in your will. Um, you have a checking account, right?
Yeah.
So every bank that has a teller, you walk in and almost every single teller is a notary public. You go in, you can get that taken care of at the bank. Sometimes, mostly all the time, the bank tellers will be your witnesses. They just want to know that, you're there signing that your own free will. No one's forcing you to do it, and also that you're of sound mind to sign that document. Does that make sense?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Uh, and just like, the child safe kit, this protects you, protects your family, and I'm sure you can see the value of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So who comes to mind to you that might need something like this?
My parents,
So
my
why
mom
don't
and
why
dad.
don't we go ahead, and this is, like I said, this is something that I can get to people that you recommend, right? And like I said, this is something that normally costs people thousands of dollars. They have to go to an attorney and get that written up. And this is just something that we provide to our members. So why don't we go ahead and get this sent out to your parents? Have they got a will set up yet?
No, they do not. And I need them to set it up because I need to inherit their stuff. So it's good.
Yeah, yeah, of course. You don't want that stuff going to the state because they'll come in
No,
and snatch it up.
nope.
So what are your parents' names?
Joe and Kara.
Now, how long have they been together?
Oh goodness. I don't want to lie to you. They got married in 86. So almost 40 years, 39 years.
Man, that's a long time.
It is a long
I
time.
bet. I told my wife the other day, we got married 4 years ago. I mean, we've been together for a little over 10 years, but I was like, it seems like forever.
Right.
And just like those child safe kits, if you could just give your parents a call, let them know I'm going to get a hold of them,
Okay.
and then just kind of explain it to them, and then I'll call and get these kits set up for them.
Okay.
Our next benefit that we have here is our AIL Plus membership discount card. How are your benefits through work?
Oh man, they're great.
They're
Really,
great.
really good. Mm-hmm.
Do you have health insurance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really, really good health insurance. Like we have dental, vision, health. Um, yeah, the big three.
And that's what really matters. You're, like I said, this is all about taking care of our families. And I mean, this is something else that it's to help fill in gaps, right? Because there's
Okay.
always gaps with everything. This benefit provides up to 85% discounts on stuff like dental, vision, prescription, hearing, over the counter type stuff. It covers things that your insurance, might not cover. And it's just another thing. It's provided to you at no cost, and you'll get the activation email in the next couple of days. And then, once a year when we do your review, we'll get this renewed for you. Okay?
Okay.
Is it that this is just another benefit, like I said, that you know I'm not. Do your parents have good insurance?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. We don't really talk about that. You know, the stuff. It's like I have no idea.
Yeah, that. I mean, that totally makes sense. You know, I don't. I still wonder sometimes about my parents. uh, I'm drawing a blank on how to sell this one.
Oh, no, you're good. So if all I would do is just say, hey,
I could just be like, look, all these benefits are at no cost, and if at any point in time someone comes to mind, man, you just let me know and I'll get these sent out to them.
well, so I wouldn't say that because no one will ever come to mind. Like that's just the way people's minds work. Like they're not about to just sit here and be like,
Try to
oh
figure it
yeah,
out.
actually, so and 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 so comes to mind. But they'll what they're going to tell you is, yeah, no, nobody comes to mind right now, and then no one will ever come to mind. So what I would say is,
I think this is my biggest
so
struggle is like getting with.
I feel like if you build it up enough in the beginning, then they will, um, you got to elaborate it more on the so like when you sit down with someone and they're like, oh dude, my benefits are great, like my health insurance is great, be like, oh man, I hear that all the time. I told you we work with over 20,000 different local labor unions, credit unions, associations, right? Like, and no matter how good your benefits are, there's always gaps. Okay, and that's where this comes in. Okay, it's huge. You're going to love this. Like you want to build it up to where it's like, oh shoot, like, well, what am I missing out on? Like, what do I, and so that way now they're thinking, well, if I've got gaps, maybe my brother and sister and my mom have gaps. You know, like I'm part of a union and my benefits are great. And if I have gaps, they have to have gaps, right? Like, and so then you've got them thinking, oh shoot, am I missing something? Like, and then you just kind of you build on that. Like, hey, if you've got gaps, obviously, like your brothers and sisters, Taryn's brothers and sisters, or like, or Becky, sorry, they have gaps, or whatever it is. So let's get this card out to them as well, so that way their gaps are covered, right? So you've got to build it up to where it's like, oh crap, like, yeah, I guess we got to take care of my family as well. Um, but yeah, like if you don't build it up in the beginning, it's so you're gonna hear this a lot throughout your tenure here, right? Sales is the transfer of belief, right? Do you believe in this card, Cody? Do you?
I've never used it, so
Exactly. So if you don't believe in this card, you're not going to transfer that belief to the client. Does that make sense? Like even if you've used it or not, right? Like you can still like believe in something you've never used, right? Like I've never used the tampon, but I believe they work. You know what I mean? Like I've never, you know what I mean? But like, actually, I'm lying. I have.
I
I've stuck
think
them up my nose, so that's why
I
the
think
belief comes.
I think the thing for me is like it says up to, and that can mean anything. Up
Yeah,
to
no, but
85%.
it could, but still, up to 85% is huge. Like, like don't knock it. Like that's
Oh yeah.
huge.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
I'm just a
huge.
skeptical person by nature, so
And
that
that's okay. But like what you're doing is you're transferring that skepticism onto the client. So then they're
yeah,
like,
no, I
why?
I get that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you've got to change that mindset to where it's no longer like skepticism, but now it's like, no, I believe in this card. Like it's huge. 85%. Okay. And like this offers up to an 85% discount. Okay. Now not only does that fill your gaps, but that covers your gaps completely. Like even if you have a tiny gap, it's covered. And on top of that, it stacks. If you have the good RX card, it stacks. Like that's huge. It's huge. You've got to bridge your belief is what you've got to do, right? So we're like, I believe in this card. Okay. You should believe in this card. Let's get your family to be covered with this card as well. Okay, that's where now we're here. Okay, so that's how you sell this card. If you're trying to get referrals on the card, that's how you do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, keep going.
So like I said, it says 2 to 4 days, but I would say 2 weeks. That email gets sent out to you. It's an app, and once the email gets into the email, will explain how to use it. Okay.
Okay.
And like I said, if you ever have any questions, you can always call me and I'll answer those for you.
Okay.
So this is the no cost accidental death and dismemberment certificate. Blake, this is a living benefit that pays you $25,000 for the loss of one hand, one foot, or sight of one eye, and double the amount for the
How
loss of any
much?
two. 25,000.
Go back. It's not 25,000. Did you do 25,000? The most I've ever seen on one of these is 5. So it's like 2,500.
I thought that thing was like asking how much AD&D you had through your union.
No, oh gosh, no. No. Yeah, don't ever put 25,000. Oh my gosh.
No, it was
Um,
50. Look,
yeah, so the union will only ever be it'll be anywhere from 1,500 to 5,000. Like it'll never be more than 5. I've never seen it more than 5. You don't start over. You're good. Just like go back and change that to the 2,500 and 5,000. I was like, whoa, holy Moses, 25,000?
you were starting to think about how many fingers can I lose?
Mm-hmm. I
Well,
lost
the
a
normal
hand.
AD&D certificate is just 1,000 and then 2,000.
Right, that's the referral one because they're not part of the union, right? Like, how fair would that be for you to be part of the union, paying all these dues, and your AD&D is 4,000 and 2,000 or 2,000 and 4,000, and then they get the same benefit, and they're not paying the dues.
Right. So this is a living benefit that pays you 2,000 for the loss of one hand, one foot, or sight in one eye, and double that amount. So 4,000 for the loss of any two. And for Becky, this is a death benefit that would pay you $4,000 should Blake die accidentally. Now I know $4,000 doesn't seem like all the money in the world, and it's not.
Pause on that. Slow down on that. Okay. This now, Becky, for you, this is an accidental death benefit that would pay you $4,000 should Blake die in an accident. Okay. Now I know $4,000 doesn't seem like all the money in the world, right? Like you'd rather have Blake here, but if Blake were to die accidentally, you could see how that would put a crunch in your budget, and that's why they supply you with this $4,000 benefit, right? Slow down on that. Okay. You want to build that up. You don't just want to like rush through it. Okay. Start at the hey Becky.
And Becky, for you, uh, this is a death benefit that would pay you $4,000 should Blake die accidentally. Now, I know that 4,000 doesn't seem like all the money in the world, and it's really not. But if Blake were to pass away, then his paycheck wouldn't be there anymore, and I'm sure that you can see how that would affect your budget, and that's one of the reasons why they provide this for you.
Cool.
I need to add 2 emergency contacts in 2 different households in case both of you pass away at the same time. Uh, both both of your emergency contacts should be close to you, and it's my job to explain their responsibilities to them. I want to make sure that you're okay with me being in touch with them by just giving me a quick verbal yes.
Yes.
And do me a favor and let them know that I'll be in contact with them through a Zoom visit. And so now that when something happens to you, you're going to need our local office number. Can you grab your phone for me real quick or a piece of paper?
Yes, I got my phone. I'm
So
ready.
that number is 832
Mm-hmm.
327
Mm-hmm.
0800.
Okay. And who is this again?
So this is our local office, our home office.
Right, but who do I save it under?
So it would be American Income Life,
Okay.
and then you can just put home office.
No, don't put home office. Home office is in Waco. That number is the office in Houston. Yeah. So just tell them, just say, yeah, that'll be American Income Life.
And Blake, while we're talking about it, go ahead and give me those emergency contacts. I'll go ahead and write their numbers
So
down so I get in
in the
contact with them.
future, like when you do this with a client, make sure you get those emergency contacts when you talk about them. Okay. And that way
Right,
you're
I've
not,
given them too much
yeah, you've gone too far. And now they're like, we're having to go back. You know what I
reverse.
mean? Yeah. So get it
I
as
knew
you go.
I knew that as soon as I started in on that second line. I was
Yeah.
like,
I was like, oh, he didn't stop. So, but yeah, get them as you go.
so
Okay.
Blake, policy is just on you. But
Okay.
the second part of this benefit is that you can extend this to your closest family members and friends outside of your emergency contacts at no cost to you or them. Uh, so all you're doing is giving them the option to make a decision for themselves, like you just did, right?
Okay.
So you mentioned that you were going out with some people sometimes on the weekend, or maybe your hunting buddy, right? So let's
Uh-huh.
get this to them. So, what's the first name that comes to mind for you?
Kobe. Kobie.
Awesome.
And then Brock. It's my other hunting buddy. Um, and then can I give it to my brothers and sister, or is it just
Yeah, anybody
friends?
in your closest family, any of your friends,
Okay. So Barrett,
just for
Caleb,
some
and
reason.
Callie. Yeah, Barrett, Caleb, and Callie. And then let's do my other friend Dylan. And that's about all I've got.
Awesome, man. Like I said, if you just anybody that we put down as a contact, just give them a quick text or a call. Let them know that I'm going to be getting in contact with them. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Uh, like I said, that uh, and can well, I just went over that. Yeah, I got hung up on that just now. I went over what the script already had down, and then
So
immediately went to.
when you do that, just skip it and keep going because they have no idea.
No, I know. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, like my brain got hung up on it.
yeah. Just
Um,
yeah, go on to the next thing.
so now I'm
So
gonna go. I'm gonna jump into reviewing these exclusive benefits that you have to qualify for.
Bill, hey, I need so you're getting monotone again. You gotta be up here. Like because this part it's huge, right? Like this is the part that all the families would sit down. This is the part they love. Okay. And it's why 20,000 different local labor unions, trade union associations handpicked us to deliver these portable and permanent benefits. Okay. This is huge that you're getting access to this.
So Blake and Becky, now I'm gonna jump into reviewing these exclusive benefits that you got to qualify for. All the families that I see love this part of the program. It's why 20,000 different groups handpicked American Income Life to handle their permanent and portable benefits for the past 60 years. Uh, so the best part is you're getting access to the same exclusive benefits like police officers, firefighters, and other unions without having to pay those dues. So if you're in a union and you're paying dues, why is it?
Skip that part. Skip that part. Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't say that part.
So, next time,
I was running into that issue as well. But yeah, skip that part.
so
But
next
yeah,
time
just go
you're
straight
at
to that.
the
Next time you're at your union meeting, yeah, thank them for getting this set up for you.
Next time you're at your sheet metal workers local 49, make sure you thank them for getting this set up for you.
Okay.
So the next no cost benefit is the needs analysis software. It will ask some questions, either recommend coverage or not, depending on your situation. And before I do that, let me show you my license information here in the state of Texas, so you know that I'm a licensed professional and to handle these kind of benefits.
Cool.
How do I show this?
So you've got to get on Circon, log in, and it's like a $5 fee to get it. They'll let you download it, and you can download it to your computer, and then you literally just like stop sharing, share your screen with the license, and then go back to sharing your screen on here. We need to find a way to. I might get with Mike on that and ask him, say, is there any way we can like? It's a lot. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Keep going.
And let's go ahead. Let's get Jet, Jimmy, and Jax's birthday. What's Jet's birthday?
Just do Jet. Oh shoot.
Oh, I'm telling.
0407 040718.
I'm telling.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah, perfect.
Do you or Becky take any prescription medications?
No.
No. What about Jax or Jet?
Wait, you missed the part of the script. Go back.
Oh. Blake, on your reply card, you provided your date of birth as 2/12/92,
Sure, yeah.
and Becky is 8/15/94.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's actually really close to her birthday.
you're 92, aren't you?
I'm 93.
Oh, okay.
I'm 01/25/93. It's close enough. You're fine. But hers is 12/7/94. That's why I was like, that's really close.
Her birthday is 2 days away from mine.
Nice.
And before I jump into the survey, let me run through a few preliminary questions with you. Have you or Becky ever had any health issues in your lifetime? Any cancer, diabetes, heart disease?
Go back. You still missed the part of the script. I have just a few preliminary qualifications.
You must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored by someone who is, so we're good there. You
Wait,
have an
don't just brush past that. Don't just brush past because that's a big part. Okay. You must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored by someone who is. Okay. And you're good because of the Sheet Metal Workers Union. Okay. That's why you got these, that's why you're getting these benefits. Okay. The second one is you must have an active checking account with a traditional brick and mortar bank. We don't deal with any online banks such as Chime, Green Dot, Chase Liquid, Acorns, Cash App. Do you guys have a traditional bank or credit union? Cool. Who do you bank with? Even better. Perfect. I love Bank of America, right? And just keep going.
And so before I jump into the survey, I just have a few preliminary qualifications to review with you. You must be a member or of an authorized group or sponsored in by someone who is, and since the Sheet Metal Workers Local 49 sponsor you, they got you covered. You must have an active checking account with a traditional brick and mortar bank. Who do you bank with?
You missed some part. You've got to say we don't deal with online banks such as Chime or Green Dot because they got to understand like online, like we don't deal with online banks, like we deal with traditional banks. Okay. Every part of the script has a psychological factor. Like if there's a psychology to it that people way before us, we stand on the head of giants, right? Like they did all the hard work for us, and now we get to reap the benefits, right? So you've got to stick to that script as much as possible. Okay. So like every bit of that script, if it's in that script, you want to say, okay, at some point or another. Definitely just, where it's at though. because there's a psychology to it that gets the people thinking what you want them to think. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Online banks such as Chime, Green Dot, Chase, Liquid, Wells Fargo, Cash App, Acorns, Revolut, etc. They're not compatible with the program. Why does it say Wells Fargo?
So Wells Fargo has an online portion of it that it's like Acorns or Chase or
Okay.
Chime or
I was
stuff
just
like that.
like, I was
Chase
like,
Liquid, whatever it
I
is.
had a Wells Fargo account since I was like 3.
Yeah, no, Wells Fargo is great. Like we do a lot of I do a lot of Wells Fargo, but yeah.
Is is your bank an online only bank,
See,
or
that's the
who's your
question you
checking
want.
account with?
That's the question you want to ask. Is your bank an online only bank? And that way they'll be like, oh no, like I have an actual bank. Oh, perfect. Who do you bank with? First Financial Bank. Even better.
Awesome. So have you had any DUIs in the last 2 years? Any arrests? Or do you
Go
have
back.
any?
Go back. Start over with the do y'all take any prescription meds? Because you want to do it all in order. And that way, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the next thing on the script
After the
after the bank.
oh, that's the preliminary qualifications. You're right. Yeah, keep going. Good job. Keep going.
Uh, have you hey any DUIs in the last 2 years? Any arrests? Any departure from good health?
No.
Have either of you used any tobacco or nicotine in the past 12 months? So it could be like gum patches, Zen
Nope.
pouches, that
Nope.
kind of thing. Nope. Okay, good, good.
None.
Um,
So then this is where you get to the household
so,
information.
so Blake, how much do you make per hour?
Well, you don't ask like that. Don't ask like that. Hey, most families they worry about affordability when it comes to these types of benefits. And for ours, we actually set it up for it to be like super affordable. And so we set it up within 1 hour's wage per week, right? And so for that to be an
I
accurate number
just
for
was
you
kind of
guys, yeah, when you just go straight into it, they go, a wall goes up, and you're there like, nope, I don't want to give you that information. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to take that wall down and be like, hey, most families, they worry about affordability when it comes to these types of benefits. Okay. And so the way we set ours up is we set it up within, for it to be about 1 hour's wage per week. Okay. Now, for that to be an accurate number, what is a ballpark monthly figure of your income? And that way they're like, oh, it's like $4,500 a month, whatever it is. Okay, so they'll give you the number rather than like, nope, I don't want to give you that information. Okay, so start that over.
so most families, one of their main concerns is affordability. So it's typically based on 1 hour's wage per week to be accurate. Blake, how much do you make an hour?
I have no idea. I have no idea how much I'm making now. I'm on salary. I make about 4,200 a month ish, give or take.
And Becky, does she work?
Yeah, she's like it's a little bit different situation with her because she's a swim instructor, and so she's like self-employed. And so she doesn't really make anything monthly or hourly. It's like it's her business. So I would say she makes we could ballpark that at like 2,500 maybe a month ish.
Why don't we round that down a little bit just to make this, a little give you a little room to wiggle, you know what I mean? And like I
Yeah.
said, this is all based on, 1 hour's wage a week. Um, or if you make salary, then whatever that would translate into, right? And I'm sure you could agree, if you worked an hour less, I mean, you wouldn't be
We're
what?
not there yet. We're not there yet. Stick to it. Stick to it
Okay.
because you're going to get to that part eventually, and you don't want to get there because then you're going to get there and be like, shoot, where do I go from here? You know what I mean?
I'm skipping
So
it.
stick to it. Like I said, there's a psychology to it. You're getting them to think about what you want them to think about right then. And
So,
all you want them to think about right now is what they have.
now see, do you get death benefits through work?
Don't ask
What?
that. I'm telling you, like read the script verbatim.
That's what
Okay.
it
Like
says. Now see lots of or work.
exactly. And now I
Do
see
you
a
get
lot
death
of the families.
benefits?
Yeah, a lot of the families we see, they get death benefits from work or something. Do you have any life insurance coverage through work?
Well, that's what it says on the script, though.
What does it say?
Do you get death benefits through work?
Okay. So, but like preface it with, hey, a lot of the families that we sit down with, they get death benefits through work. Okay. Do you get death benefits through work? Do you have any life insurance coverage through work? And they can be like, they'll either be like, oh yeah, man, I've got tons, or no, I don't have it, right? Or I've got a little bit. Okay. Okay. Start that over.
So, like a lot of businesses, they give their employees different kinds of benefits, and one
Mhm.
of the most common is death benefits. I'm sure you can imagine, especially being in the steel industry. Do you have death benefits through work?
Uh, honestly, I have no idea. I might have a little bit. But
Okay, okay.
if I do, I don't know. So
Well, that's why we're here today, right?
yeah.
Uh, if you don't have them, then we're here to fill those gaps. Um, Now, see, a lot of families, uh, some of them will get life insurance outside of work. Do you have any life insurance outside of work?
No, we don't.
Because what happens to group benefits when you leave your company, right?
No, what happens?
So, you know, if you have uh, if you have life insurance with your company and you leave, they're just gone, right? They they don't transfer typically. Uh,
I didn't know that. It's good to know.
and do you guys own your own house, or do you rent an apartment?
We own our house.
Awesome. Awesome. When did you guys buy that?
Oh goodness. It's been a few 5 or 6 years ago.
So you'd say you probably
We
have
owe
24
what?
years left on that?
Do what?
You would say you probably have like 24 years left on
Yeah,
that.
about.
Do you know your mortgage balance?
Yeah, we owe about 185,000 on it.
And do you have any kind of coverage to pay off your mortgage in case you pass away?
No, like I said, we don't have any coverage outside of work.
Have you started saving up money for Jet and Jimmy and Jax? Have you started saving money up for them for college?
Yes, I mean not much, but yes, we've started.
That's awesome, man. A lot of people don't have any kind of savings, and
Yeah,
that's something we as parents got to work on, because
that's
I'm sure
right.
college will be 10 times more expensive by the time
That's
they're old
right.
enough to get there. So before I go any further, it looks like our needs analysis has found some gaps in your
So
coverage.
real quick, before you go to this screen, you want it to like you want to look at your computer like you're letting the needs so okay, we're gonna let the needs analysis do its thing. And so like okay, let me get all this submitted, blah blah blah. You get it going, and then you sit there and look at your computer. Even if you don't have EAP going, just sit there and because what this does is it exposes the gaps in their coverage, right? Like that's what the needs analysis does. Okay. And so you want to look at your computer and wait for it to do its thing. And if they're like, oh, I've got tons of like, let's put $100,000 worth of coverage, right, in the work. Yeah, you're right there in the work coverage. Right. So they're like, oh yeah, I've got tons. Like I've got tons of coverage, like not a big deal. Okay. And then as you're going through the needs analysis, you're like, okay, cool. Like they don't have anything outside of work, right? So then you look at it and be like, oh my gosh. So like you're looking at it like, oh, okay. And then you go to the next one, like, okay, hey, it does look like the needs analysis found some gaps before you go to the mandatory read off letter. Okay. It does look like the needs analysis found some gaps in your coverage. Okay. So the next thing is I have this mandatory read off letter. And then you go to the next screen, right? Click, go next. Boom. Here it is. Okay. It's all right here. Okay. So what this is our mandatory read off letter with every client that it shows gaps in your coverage. Okay. And it's kind of long and lengthy. It might put you to sleep if I read the whole thing. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to summarize it for you really, really quickly. Okay. And then you go on. Okay. All right. Go back. So yeah, you read that next line before you go to the next screen. Okay. I know it's got it on the next slide. But if you read that before, it gives you more credibility than you just going right to it. Well, it does look like it needs analysis. Found some gaps you covered. You want to look at your screen, let it kind of process. Because then if you just go straight to the next thing, it's like, how do I know? Like how do you know that it found gaps? Like I don't feel like you typed anything in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
So Blake, let me just run this through our software real quick. Oh, okay, great. And before I go any further, I mean, it looks like our needs analysis found some gaps in your coverage. And so I have this mandatory read off letter that I got to read to you. So, Blake, Becky, instead of, reading this whole thing, it's real long and, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. What it's basically saying is that if, these benefits that the software provides for you fits your needs and they make sense, then apply for them today. And if they don't, then don't apply. I mean, it's really as simple as that. Either way, yes or no, that decision does have to be made today during your service period. In fairness to all the other members, like I said, we serve over 20,000 different unions, credit unions, and associations here in Texas. So, like I said, they only give us so much time with each of you. So you'll see what they did is they set this up to be a no-brainer. I mean, it's going to be easy, yes or no. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So whatever you decide to do, they do want you to give your opinion on a Google review, which is sort of like my report card. I do try to get a 5-star rating every time, so it is important for you to stop me if you have any questions. Does that make sense, Blake?
Yes.
And Becky, does that make sense if you have any questions?
Yes.
Awesome. And as you know, over the years, we go through contract negotiations and benefit changes at work, and it's a give and take. Lately it seems like we're paying a lot more, right? But we're getting less. And the company has a labor advisory board of over 50 international union presidents that gathered feedback from working families and union or not, and they came up with a list of concerns. And I'm going to go over those with you guys really quick. So the first concern, obviously, is copays and deductibles, right? Uh,
Mhm.
you said your health insurance for work was really good, and no matter how good it is, there's always gaps, right? Like we talked
Mhm.
about. And, doctors and hospitals, they're doing great. I mean, you've seen their parking lot, right?
That's
So,
no
I
joke.
mean, when you or someone in your family is hurt or injured, there's lost wages as well, right? Out of pocket expenses. And health insurance doesn't cover that, unfortunately. Uh, and or the next concern that they've come up with, is funeral and final expenses. Have you ever had to deal with a funeral, Blake?
No, I have not.
Well, that's a blessing right there. But unfortunately, at some point in time, everybody eventually has to deal with this. Uh, you know how much an average funeral costs in Texas nowadays?
No idea.
Yeah, uh, it can cost anywhere from 14,000 to $20,000. It can be a lot. And funeral homes, I don't know, and like you said, you've never had to deal with them, but a funeral home, whenever you have to deal with it, they want their money up front.
Yeah.
Just like I do when my wife wants me to mow the yard, I want my money up front, and I know they want their money up front.
Yeah, no
You know,
joke.
it creates a lot of stress on the surviving family members, and most family they don't have $20,000 laying around to put me in the ground. You know what I mean? Or you, and so that's definitely I probably would put that at number one for me. So I think probably the biggest concern really is your loss of paycheck if you were to pass away. Like you said, Becky's business is very come and go depending on what kind of clientele she has. So if you were to pass away, your income would be a huge hit to her, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
So that's something that concerns all spouses, I think, for sure. And like we just talked about, you just got this house that's, you know, 6 years out of 30. If
Yeah.
you were to pass away next year, that would be a huge hit also, especially if
Absolutely.
you don't have any protection protecting you from, having to pay your house off if you were to pass away. So, and then man, this is number one thing we talked about this morning is our kids, right?
Hmm.
So, due to the fact that work benefits, they don't provide any permanent coverage for kids or protection for your kid's future due to the loss of you or Becky. And, they wanted to make sure that they had something in place because kids are the most vulnerable to experience those consequences. And I don't know if you have any history of cancer in your family, do you, Blake?
I do actually. My mom has it or had it.
It sucks, man. It gets worse every year, it seems like, and according to the American Cancer Society, men have a 1 in 2 chance in their lifetime to get cancer and die from it, right? And there's two of us sitting here right now, you know what I mean? And not that I'm putting that on us, but that's a scary statistic. And women have a 1 in 3 chance. And after 65, it goes up to 1 in 2 for women. Uh, and the medical expenses for cancer treatment are actually the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. And that's a very uh, difficult thing to consider, I think.
Yeah.
And like we talked about, with your group benefits, they're great. Your health insurance is great, but like you said, if you were to get laid off or if you were to, if your union went on strike and, you have that possibility of losing your benefits. Um, and then also when you retire, right? You retire, you lose all those benefits, and that's usually long before you pass away. So, so here's what our needs analysis software came up with for you.